question I sometimes get posed is around resignation. People in mixed faith marriages, the person who's had the faith transition oftentimes considers resignation from the church as a real option, and it can bring up some really interesting stuff. I want to talk about it in this little video. So there's this spectrum of where you fall after you've had a faith transition. And sometimes it looks like you're still going every Sunday. You just don't believe, but you're there. You're culturally still part of the community. All the way to the other spectrum where you're like creating a podcast and interviewing people about why the church is problematic. And there's this spectrum, right? And there's all this stuff in between. Where you attend, where you never attend, where you never attend and you resign, and, all the way to you're actively creating content, against the church, to you're still attending. It's interesting. What happens a lot is this decision you make on where you fall on the spectrum often is deeply informed by the marriage, the mixed faith marriage, and the comfort level of the spouse is usually part of the equation. And what I see a lot specifically with deciding to resign is a lot of times people are like, that just really makes my spouse freak out a little bit. Or they have specifically said, please don't do that. And for some people, that's a beautiful thing to hear their spouse and to honor that request. No problem, not a big deal to me anyway. And for some others, the need to resign is more pressing, and so it can feel like a tension in the relationship. And I want to talk about that. If you're one of those people and you want to resign, you want to have that formal closure, separation, but your spouse is nervous about that, or maybe even freaking out about that as an option, here's a little something for you to try on. If you want to resign, but you're not sure what that's going to do for your marriage, I like to slow it all down and say, okay, what are my reasons, and do I like my reasons? So what I mean by that is what are my reasons for resigning? And write them out. Put them on a piece of paper. Do I like those reasons? Are they punitive? Are they fear-based? Are they reactive? Or do I like my reasons for not resigning? Write all of those out, write all of the reasons for not resigning, and ask yourself, do I like my reasons here? Again, is it fear-based? Is it because you don't want to rock the boat, which is a type of fear? Is it because you're staying small? I don't know, but it can be really interesting to write them out, the reasons on both sides, see your reasons in black and white on a piece of paper, and ask yourself, do I like my reasons? Do I like the thoughts and the emotions behind these reasons? Is that how I want to show up in my life? Is that who I want to be? Is that how I want to make decisions? Who knows what the decision will be? It'll be a very individual, but it can be a powerful way from which to make decisions so that we can have our backs and like our decisions and not be making decisions in a reactive or in a fear-based or in a small space. All right, this is Brooke Booth, life coach for Mormons in a mixed faith marriage.